Okay, I know, this is like my third video talking about Tora Karu, and I swear it'll be my last one. Well, unless he unfortunately decides to come back, in which I pray he does not, because I will literally perish. Anyway, hi, my name is Saphera de Noma, but you can call me Saf. After my video on Tora Karu blew up, which, by the way, if you do not know who this guy is, go check out the video. Things probably won't make as much sense otherwise. Continuing on, I was reached out to by another creator named Lilac Snow VT, the Dream Spirit, and she is a variety gamer who currently does cozy games and the shooter genre, as well as a very talented artist who makes gorgeous art and even interviews other VTubers. She's an awesome and very skilled person, so please go check her out. Links will be in the description. As of recording this video, she also currently has commissions open. Wink wonk. I can't wink. Anyway, since Lilac does interviews with other VTubers, naturally she has met and contacted many in this scene. One such individual she interviewed happened to be Tora Karu when his reputation was still good in the eyes of the many, when his follower peak was well over 22,000 and all seemed to be fine on the surface. The day and time of the interview just happened to be on the very same day that Lily would release her document on March 17th. And the interview would conclude just 10 minutes before Lily's document would become public. Lilac saved a portion of her interview as the whole VOD was privated for obvious reasons, so as not to give the impression she was promoting him because she was not. Lilac does not condone nor support him after she got news that there was a document about his heinous actions and disgusting behavior. The clip that we're going to share with you all is a bit unnerving. Knowing what we know now, this clip is something that can be viewed in different lenses. Since, remember, at the time of this interview, he had a solid reputation and didn't have any large controversies or allegations at the time. Bro was chilling and riding a high in his career, so he had no reason to bring up nor talk about this very related topic in such a way. It was almost as if he could predict that something was going to happen that could ruin his reputation, and it just so happened that it did. Taking a page from the moist man himself, it'll be an edited down live react taken from my VOD, which the full thing will also be linked down below if you were curious. Without further ado, let's begin.
Have you found any difficulty being a male VTuber?
Actually, that's a good question, Lula. Good one.
Yes. So yeah, going back to the thing, yes, my IRL friends make fun of me all the time. Even nowadays, they support me as a friend, but they still just talk to me normally, like my IRL self. And once in a while they'll be like, bro, I checked your stream the other day. That was kind of funny. Or like, I saw you got fucked up and lose a game or something like that. And like, they support me once in a while. And my parents, they all know as well. They think as long as I am still a normal, responsible adult, they don't care. It's my money.
Yeah.
So, but yeah,
yay for parents supporting you a little bit.
yeah.
Yay!
So then, yeah, for the last part, being a male VTuber, I suppose there's always the prejudice, the base prejudice of that. If you're a male VTuber, you probably want to talk to a female VTuber or female presenting VTuber just to flirt or have sex or whatever.
Thank you for the follow, right? Cyber Skulls. Thank you for the follow. Welcome, Jumia.
But that's I think this is a common thing of just like gender differences, even in real life. Like, I think in our Western society, a lot of people tend to think that like, if I'm a guy, I can't have a close female friend without thinking I want to smash. And a lot of people kind of think that way. And sometimes, unfortunately, it's very true. So, a lot of people have a prejudice of like, why is Tora talking to me? He has a very flirty personality, so I assume he's only talking to me because he wants to smash. And I'm gonna be 100% honest that it's not like that. It's not like that. 99.99% of the time, when I talk to someone, I just think, you're pretty cool. You seem nice. We're friends. We can be friends, right? Yeah.
And like, I'm just gonna do a little bit of a React channel thing here, but like, you can already tell this guy's like pretty fucked up. Like of the first things that he brought up when asked about what it's like to be a male VTuber, he brings up the whole flirty nature and then immediately bouncing onto like basically harassing female VTubers. That's a little suspect, you know? And then yeah, as you guys said, I can't the whole can't have a female friend without wanting to smash, like that's regular people don't think this way. Regular people don't think this way, like, because you just become friends with someone because you genuinely like them, not you don't care about their gender per se. And then like just the fact that he like focuses on this part so much is just it's just very suspect. And like you have to remember this is before his document came out, so pretty much a lot of the things he's saying here is kind of like a lie. Or like it's kind of like not necessarily a lie, but like he's like kind of like telling on himself, but he's trying to like leave out information. And then he's saying things like, oh, I like you, we're gonna be friends, but then obviously he doesn't mention how he like basically said like immediately like I love you, etc. to these people on their first time basis. Your personality should not be harassing female VTubers. That's actually crazy. So many red flags in such a short clip. Oh yeah, for real.
Yeah.
That's unrelated. Like,
I mean,
Lilac reached out to me. I was like, oh, that's cool. That's nice. Okay, you can be friends. If Lilac was a guy, I do the same exact thing, so it doesn't matter. Because I've been on some other interview shows as well.
yeah.
But yeah, that's one of the difficulties. Like, that's why, like in my first year of VTubing, I mixed my NSFW content and my safe word content together, and then I learned, wow, you know, I think some people really don't care about NSFW content, or they just don't want it to see it at all. So, starting like when I got my 2.0, I got my I started using an alt account for NSFW stuff, and on my main account, I very, very rarely am quote unquote down bad or say anything like sexual or flirty or stuff like that, right?
Mhm.
And of course, like today,
Did he just lie over there and say that he didn't do that? Did he just lie for real? Hold on, I'm going back really quick. Cause like, did I hear that right? Did you say that he didn't do that? Very rarely flirt and be down, right? I didn't mishear, right? Hold on.
account for NSFW stuff, and on my main account, I very, very rarely am quote unquote down bad or say anything like sexual or flirty or stuff like that, right?
Yeah, no, this guy's full of bullshit. And he said that he changed after his 2.0. No. When he got his 2.0, he got worse. I guess he doesn't do on me. He doesn't DMs, but that's a lie because he had his list. He had his breeding list. He had his his harem list. He was completely NSFW. Like, I think I like avoided him because a lot of the shit that he said kind of just came off like fuckboy style. So like, the only way you can become a fuckboy in my eyes if you start being weirdly flirty and a little bit NSFW like in your replies. At that point, then I'm just like, nah, you're a red flag. But holy shit. He's defending himself too hard and too poorly. He's just trying to gloss over everything and make himself like seem a poor innocent victim of being rizzed. It's so crazy too because like at this point in his career, he hasn't gotten called out yet, or he has never gotten called out to the point that it got called out, you know, after Lily's document and everything. So like he still had a relatively clean reputation. There were some people who subtweeted about this guy, and like obviously there's people who didn't like this guy, but like no one ever like said anything. And it's interesting that he's like trying to defend himself after he got his 2.0, but like I'm pretty sure his content, because like a lot of the clips that I have are after he got his 2.0, right? Like when he says like the cringe ASMR, like the I love yous. Either way, this guy's full of shit.
And of course, like today, like we made a couple like hidden messages and subtle remarks and stuff like that, right? But I would have been a lot worse if you asked me to do this like 2 years ago.
Oh God.
And it's interesting because remember, This came out around March of this year, 2024. And then he's saying he was worse 2 years ago, which would be 2022. But we have a lot of DM evidence that he was still down bad and flirty in 2023. So, subtle self-reporting. Yeah, bro's just outing himself like fucking Among Us for real.
Yeah. So like, yeah, I'll give you an example. This is not me intentionally. This is me showing how cringe, nay, flirty I was back then. I'd be like, yeah, Lilac, I'm glad I met you. I can't wait to talk to you later so I can pull that ponytail. I can grow.
Whoa,
And stuff like that. And I was like, damn. And then, you know, some people are like, wow, Tora.
I'm sorry. I told you there's a section that had cringe. Please. That's it. That's the only part that had cringe. Please forgive me. But he was just demonstrating, you know. But like that's the thing though. I don't think he ever like really fully grew out of it. He was even worse before, possibly. But his whole personality is just, oh, everyone wants me, but I don't do any of that stuff. He's outing himself as he lies out of his ass. Yeah, like, bro's just like, oh, I don't know why everyone's so attracted to me. I don't know why, like, I have so much riz. And it's like, shut the fuck up. You were flirting with everybody. You were not even flirting. Most of it was just straight up like, I want to fuck you. That's not flirting. That's just straight up be down bad for real. Because if someone's idea of flirting is telling them, hey, I like you, I think you're sexy, I want to fuck you, then I'm sorry, you don't know how to flirt. That's not flirting. That's just straight up you just want sex. But yeah, no, he's self-reporting bad.
Oh, intense. Whoa, I like you. And then I learned, you know what? I don't have to do that.
No, you don't.
And a lot of people don't necessarily like that. And I don't. Yeah, I'm sure. Like, I'm not sure how you feel about it. You don't have to say, but like,
no, it's okay. It's just funny because it's just funny because there is guys like that who like use that voice, which is good. Like they can use that as a niche. They can like use that voice as a niche to like get people inside them. Like I used to have a friend named Corvus, and Corvus was like a super deep voice, and he has a really nice voice.
That was a bad situation.
Wait,
that
what?
one was super duper bad.
Wait, what?
You said Corvus, right?
Yeah, Corvus Shadow? A Shadow Corvus?
You know what happened to him, right?
No.
Okay, I'm just gonna let you know. He is not streaming for the past like 4 months, 6 months now. Yeah.
Wow.
I can tell you after stream more if you want.
Yeah. Let's.
Yeah. We'll keep it out of this one. But
Yeah.
I find it interesting about this Corvus Shadow guy because I don't recall if I know about this guy. And I tried searching in all the places that I would have put VTuber drama onto, but I don't actually know where that is. So, but like he knows about it. So it's like, interesting. Is that low-key a pass? I don't actually know. Oh, actually, yeah, the IDK, if you like that, that could be a pass. VTubing is just such a cursed culture when like 70% of people are just socially awkward even online. Yeah, like it's like a lot of VTubers, I'm going to say this as nicely as possible, but a lot of people who are VTubers are not socially educated. There's a lot of people here who are like really awkward or don't know how to be a normal person. You know, I can get it. And especially because VTubers tend to be of a younger age around like, you know, there are some that are minors, which in my opinion, you should not be a minor and doing live streaming, period. But, you know, to each their own. But then you have people who are like, you know, fresh out of high school, fresh in college. To be fair, like a lot of these people just don't have enough life experience under their belt to kind of understand what's really like appropriate or not appropriate, and learning stuff on the internet is very bad because you can learn a lot of bad things on the internet. If depending on the information that you get, it could be very, very fucking bad. You know, it's okay if you're like just awkward, but there's like some that are just like too horny because y'all watch too much hentai growing up. Like you can tell, you know, like there's some that are just like, you can tell that this person has literally watched way too much hentai. or read too much hentai, and it's just like, no, you guys need to stop on that, put the brakes on that. You know, there is something called a porn addiction and you should go get that checked out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I understand, and people understand that like okay.
But people can use their voices.
A lot of people like to use their strengths when it comes to being flirty, and it kind of takes advantage of others in their vulnerability and stuff like that. And it's just a matter of life that some people take advantage of it, and and they make mistakes and they fuck up, stuff like that, right? So
did bro just really say that people take their strengths in flirting and then like take advantage of other people? They make mistakes. He's clearly talking about himself. He's definitely talking about himself, because especially knowing what we know now, like after everything came out, he fucked up. He fucked up multiple times. There's a lot of people who were like, the stuff that you're doing and saying to me is not okay. And he's aware of that. And he's just trying to brush it under the rug, be vague about it, not say it was him, but it was 100% him, because he initiated everything. Personally, I don't look at a regular male VTuber and automatically think they're gonna be flirty and a fuckboy unless your design gives you fuckboy vibes, or the way that you talk gives fuckboy vibes. At that point, then I would correctly assume you're probably being a stereotypical fuckboy male VTuber. But regularly, I know a lot of male VTubers who are just normal fucking dudes. And my first thought when I think of a male VTuber is not, oh, you're a flirty fuck. People who tend to have really bad experiences with male VTubers would kind of avoid male VTubers, like I guess like the bad male VTubers, like the ones who are like, very predatory, very sex pesty, very flirty, unsolicited, all that kind of stuff. Then I can understand why those people would have the assumptions that it's like, all male VTubers are bad. Like they would generalize it like that, because let's be real, there is a lot of really bad VTubers in the scene, and unfortunately a good chunk of it tends to be males. But I'm not saying it's all males, because there are bad, females, or even like, other gender identities out there. Yeah, the way he pauses is like he knows he's guilty. Yeah, he's like trying to he's like trying to phrase things in a way that he can like make it not him, but he's totally talking from experience.
Which is why if I once I started making my alt account and I learned that I need to start respecting others more about like whether, and asking them if they're okay with that type of content or that type of joke.
Yeah.
I asked them, hey, you okay with like dirty jokes? Are you okay with like cursing? Are you okay with stuff like that? Because I know like a lot of people don't really vibe with that stuff, and that's completely valid. I can turn it off if I need to. And so that's just something that I worked on personally, where from now on when I talk to people, I ask them, hey, so what are you comfortable with? If you're ever uncomfortable with something, just let me know, so on and so forth, right?
Yeah.
But aside from that, like, I don't have any of the typical ones, because I'm very tolerant of others, and if they do something that might annoy someone, I'm very, very tolerant of it, because
and that's all the clip has. He basically self-reports himself, is basically what it turned out to be. He knows boundaries X, right? Yeah, I don't know. But I mean, to be fair, a lot of the screenshots have been like after... I think the latest one that I saw on there was, I think, August of 2023, but that's still pretty damn recent. But either way, there's a lot of people that like went up to that point. Like there's a lot of people that told him like, hey, can you stop? Hey, can you like not do this to me? Like around like February and March. And then he clearly just went to different people. So even if he did quote unquote learn, which I don't know if he learned fast enough or efficiently, either way, he still couldn't take accountability for what he did. His apology was shit. It was very clear that he hurt a lot of people, and he still just had a lot to learn still, regardless. So he tried to paint himself very well to not be a shitty person by just generalizing it to all male VTubers, or just male VTubers tend to do this. And it's like, no, most male VTubers that I've seen and follow and interact with are completely normal. And then there's only a handful of them that get like super duper gross about it. From my experience, people can't change, at least on the internet. Yes, from my like I mentioned this in the video too. In my experience, people don't change overnight. And you can't even like it's even hard to change over the course of like even a month. It depends on like to what extent you're changing yourself. But since his behavior was nonstop sexual, like you know, sexual interactions, sexual like talks and all that, he was very, very on it for at least a year. And chances are he was probably more than that too, because I you know, I didn't follow up on this guy for the longest time. Because I avoided this guy. Every time I saw his post show up on my Twitter timeline, I'm like, eh. But you know, a lot of people liked him, so I was just kind of like, whatever. It's probably just me. But he said that he would change. I genuinely don't know if he will change. If he does change, it's not gonna happen anytime. Like, it's not gonna happen overnight. He can say, yeah, I feel better. Like, I'm not gonna do this. I learned a lot to not do this. But then, like, sometimes it's hard to, like, not go back to old habits. But I'm also the believer of actions speak louder than words. Most male VTubers don't assault people. Exactly. Most male VTubers are normal people. And, like, you know, a lot, and like the fact that he kept generalizing it changed to not assault people, which honestly is not a hard thing to do. It's not hard to avoid assaulting someone. Like, assaulting someone requires you to have no morals, no care. Like, it's very selfish desires, and that's kind of fucked up. Actually, it's not even kind of. It is fucked up. But, like, you know, it really shows a lot about Tora, because the fact that he said all these things before the document came out, like, he was basically trying to paint himself as, like, you know, just an innocent guy. Oh, just, you know, people think I'm a normal male VTuber. Male VTubers have a bad rep. You can't try to, like, weasel your way out of, like, this shit that you did and didn't take responsibility for. And not to mention, his apology didn't do shit, so. But hey, that's what you get for being a guilty person, and then you self-report because you're shit at lying. Should have played more Among Us, right? But yeah, no, it's actually really scary though to see like the things that he said after learning everything that has happened, like that everything that came out after the document. Also, there is a Twitter account named Tora Karu that was made on March of 2024 with a tweet that says, "Sorry world and bye world," on March 21st. This would have been about 4 days after Lily's document and about 3 days after he made his terrible apology and left. It's not confirmed if it's him or not, nor do I want to think about what his tweet could possibly mean if it is him, but just thought I'd put that out there for a comprehensive update to the situation. Do not harass, just leave it be. Anyway, I want to thank Lilac again for reaching out and sharing this clip for others to see. Please check out Lilac's art, games, and content, as she is really kind, funny, a very skilled artist, and I think regular VTuber interviews are wonderful to see. Also, not to self-promo too, but if you're interested in seeing my VODs and get more Saf talks about whatever for hours content, feel free to check out my VOD channel. I still have a giant backlog from like last year to upload, but that'll happen at some point. Maybe. Thank you again for your time, everyone. I'll see you in the next one. So until then, keep it vibin'.